Alright guys, so now we're moving on to the contacts part, or the inquiries part of this Django project. So we need to create an app called Contacts. So I'm going to go down to my terminal here, make sure you're in your virtual environment, and we're going to run Python manage.py, and we want to do start app, and we're going to call this Contacts. Okay. So now over here you can see that we have a new folder called Contacts, all the standard stuff inside of it. And I think the first thing that we should do here is create our model, okay, because this is going to have its own model. So let's open this up and let's create a class called Contact. That's our model name. And we need to pass in models.model colon, and then we want to put our fields. So we're going to have listing. And listing is going to be a character field, so we're going to say char field. And let's give it a max length. And let's do max length 200. Okay, I'm not going to do a relationship here between the contact and the listing because we don't really need to. All I really want is just the title of the listing and also the listing ID. So we're going to do listing ID, and that's going to be an integer field. So models dot integer field. Okay, then we want a name. So this will be the contact name. Whoops. Models dot. This will also be char field, and let's do max. We'll say max length, and let's do 200. All right, and then I'm going to copy this down. Let's do two more down. And this one, both of these are going to be max length 100. This is actually going to be the email and the phone. So let's say email and phone. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the message. And message is going to be a text field. Okay, and message is going to be optional. So we're going to do blank equals true, meaning that it can be blank, so it's optional. And then let's do contact underscore date, and we're going to set that to date, models dot, let's do date time field, and I want to put a default in here, and I'm going to set the default to date time dot now. Okay, and in order to use date time, we have to bring that in. So we're going to say from date time import date time. So default now, and then I'm also going to add blank true to this. So let's say blank and set that equal to true. And then we also want the user ID. Now, this user ID is going to be connected to whatever registered user is logged in when they make an inquiry. So let's say models dot, and we'll do integer field. And I'm actually going to set this to blank equals true because when someone makes an inquiry, they may not be logged in. Okay, so we don't want inquiry forms to only be available to people that are logged in. However, if they are logged in, we want to track that user ID so that we can show their inquiries on their dashboard. Now, the last thing we're going to do here is define, and we're going to say double underscore str, double underscore, and then we want to pass in self. And this is basically the main field we want to refer to for contacts, and it's going to be name. So I'm going to do self.name. And that's it. That's our model. Now we're going to have, we want to put a table in the database for our contacts. So we need to create a migration. All right, so let's go down here to our terminal, and we're going to say Python manage.py make migrations contacts. App contacts could not be found. All right, so I think I've said this a couple times throughout the course. I always forget to put my new apps in the installed apps list in the settings. So let's go to our settings page, our settings.py, and go up to installed apps. I wish that they would just somehow make it so that these got added automatically, because I just can't seem to remember to put them in. So this is going to be contacts config, and we want to change this to contacts. All right, so let's save that, and let's try this again. So we're going to run make migrations on the contacts app. Okay, so it'll look at that model, and it'll create a migrations file. So you can see it's created in contacts. It's created in the migrations folder 001.initial.py. Now to run this, we need to do Python manage.py, because right now we just have the migration file. It hasn't actually ran, so it hasn't created the database table. So now we just simply say migrate, and we get an OK. So if we want to double check that, we can go to pgadmin, and I'm probably gonna have to log back in here because it's been a while. And you don't have to use pgadmin if you want to log into your shell, your PSQL shell. That's fine as well. So if we go to databases and btredb, schemas, public, tables, and there it is, contacts underscore contact. All right, good. So we know that that worked. So I think we're all set here in the models. I'm going to close that up. And in the next video, what I want to do is I want to register our model with our admin area so that we can actually see our contacts in the admin. And we're also going to customize the table a little bit. All right, so we'll do that in the next video.